jQuery HTML manipulation part 5, get and set CSS classes. jQuery manipulating CSS. So this will be our lecture for the day or for this video. So jQuery has several methods for CSS manipulation. We will look at the following methods like addClass, so adds one or more classes to the selected elements. removeClass removes one or more classes from the selected elements. toggleClass toggles between adding and removing classes from the selected elements. And CSS sets or returns the style attribute. So jQuery addClass method. The following example shows how to add class attributes to different elements. Of course, you can select multiple elements when adding classes. So in this case, we have here, if we click on the button, then here, so we have selected multiple elements, H1, H2, and P, and then we added the class blue. And here we also have selected the division, and then we add the class important. So example here, so we have here a class, so this is our CSS style. We have here a class name important, wherein we have the font weight is bold and font size is double extra large. Then we also have the class blue, which changes the color of text to blue. So we have here two classes. Then here we have heading 1, heading 2. So using H1 and H2, of course, and then we have two paragraphs. This is a paragraph, this is another paragraph. And then we have here a division. So this is an important text, and then we have here a button, add classes to the elements button. So if you click this button, so here's our jQuery code now. So if you click on the button will, so select H1, so this is heading 1, H2, and the paragraphs, and then add the class blue. And at the same time also, it will select the division, this div tag, and then add the class important. So here's the original output. We have heading 1, heading 2, paragraph, and then we have here the content of the division, and then we have here our button. So this is the original output. So if we click on this button, what will happen now is heading 1, heading 2, and the two paragraphs will have a color blue. And this division now will change, the font size will be changed, and also it will become it will use bold text. So we can also add multiple classes. Let's say, for example, if we click on the button, or if we click on a button and then it will select an element with an ID equal to div1, and then add class, then we have here two classes, important and blue. So jQuery remove class method. So here we can also remove class. So aside from adding class, so we just use the remove class method. So here, if you click on the button, we remove class blue. So we select the following elements and then we remove class blue. So as an example, again, we have here heading 1, heading 2, we have a paragraph, another paragraph, then we have the button here. So if you notice that H1, H2, and P, this paragraph, already has a class equal to blue, and blue is the color blue. So if you click on this button, so button click, then what this program will do is to remove the class blue. So this is the original output, and we notice heading 1, heading 2, and this paragraph uses text color blue, or because it is using the class blue. So if you click on this button, the appearance now will be the heading 2, and the paragraph will have a color black. So the blue class will be removed. we also have the JQuery toggle class. The following example will show how to use the JQuery toggle class method. This method toggles between adding and removing classes from the selected element. So let's say, for example, if we have this one, toggle class blue, so if you click on the button, it will add the class blue. If you click again on the button, then it will remove the class blue. That's why it's called toggle class. We can also use the CSS method to return a value of a property. So as an example, if you have this one, $p.css background color, so this returns whatever is the background color of this p. So as an example, let's say we have here our text. We have h2, and then we have here 3 paragraphs having different colors. So one is red, the other one is green, the other one is blue. Then if you click on this button, it says here that button click alert background $p.css background color. So it returns the background color. So if you click on this, it returns the first one, so the red. Then we also have set CSS property. So we can set a CSS property. So we have the property name, comma, and then the value. So for example, there are assigned p.css. So here we always have 2 parameters. If you have only 1 parameter, then we are trying to get the CSS value. Here we are setting the CSS property. So we have the property first, then comma, and then we have the value. So here in this example, we have here 3 paragraphs, red, green, and blue. This is a paragraph. And then if you click on the button, so the button is missing here. So if you click on the button, this will set paragraph with the background yellow. So this is the button actually. So we have here a paragraph with no background, then we have a paragraph with red, green, and blue background. So once we click on this, it will select all paragraphs. So this for our paragraph, and then it changes the background color to yellow. So the output will be something like this. We can also set multiple CSS properties. To set multiple CSS properties, we use the following syntax. So we have CSS, then we have the property name, value. So we should enclose this in curly braces. So we have the property name, colon, value, comma, and then again property name, colon, value, comma, and so on and so forth. So that is how we change multiple CSS properties. So here in this example, we have a paragraph. We selected the paragraph, and then so CSS, then enclose in curly braces. We have the background color set to yellow, and then the font size set to 200%. Okay, so that ends our PowerPoint presentation, but let's try to do it. Let's have a live demo. So Notepad++. I'm going to open my template. And then save a save jQuery HTML demo file. So here, let's try to redo the example. So let's say we have a paragraph. Style equals background color FF00, so that's red. This one we change to, let's say, green, and this one we change to blue. And we have here our button. Okay, so let's try to look at the output first. So what we have here are 3 paragraphs with 3 different colors and a paragraph with no background color. Let's place that inside the container. So that we can have some sort of spacing or some sort of margins. Then let's try to run or launch in Chrome. So that is our paragraph. So these are our paragraph. So click me. I didn't place a code yet. So but we have a paragraph with background red, green, and blue. So let's say let's have a click event for the button. So since we only have one button, we can just use the tag button. And let's try to make this look better. There. So button, click. That's supposed to be the syntax. But of course, here we can have the function that will be executed. Open and close curly braces. So what we're going to do is to add a class. But we can only add a class if we have a class. We don't have a class yet. So let's say let's have here a class important. Let's try to do that. Important. And we have font weight bolder, font size, let's say for example, let's exaggerate 28 points. So let's try to add that class to 2 of this, or no, to all of this, because we don't have an ID. So p that add class important. Okay, so what this will do is if we click on this button, it will add the class important. Hopefully this will work. So click this. So you notice the 4 paragraphs or the text becomes bigger and in bold face. Then let's say for example, we have here class equals important, and this time we remove the class. So what do we have here? So initially, if we run the program, the last paragraph has the class important. So that means that it will be using font weight, a bold font, and font size of 28 points. But if I click on the button, click on this, then it will remove the class important. So let's try refresh. So this is only the text with using the class important, but if I click on this, then it removes the class. So So let's try more. What if we use a CSS? Then we all change the background color to, for example, light blue. So what this will do, we have different backgrounds, but if you click on the button, then it will set the background color of all of these to light blue. So let's try. So if I click this, then their background colors turn to light blue. Okay, so we still have other functions there. So setting multiple CSS, but I will not be demonstrating that anymore. So you just try to review the video for those examples. So thank you very much for viewing this video.